I'm Angie.
I'm Rhonda. And we are Adventures in Nomadness. And today we're in the Isle of Skye, Scotland.
Hey, thanks for joining us for our real coverage and not storytime coverage. We're at Eilean Donan Castle. The weather is fantastic. Well, we got lucky with the weather for a few days, and now not so much. But we're gonna go over to Skye anyway. And maybe by the time we leave in 2 days, the weather will be better and we can see more. So we're getting ready to cross the Skye Bridge over to the Isle of Skye. It's over there, and high winds, lots of warning signs about warning, warning, high winds. So this will be exciting. Woo! Already had a couple of wind gusts try to take me off to the side.
You're
Live from a town I cannot pronounce on the Isle of Skye. I'm not even gonna try, I will butcher it.
It has been dumping and very windy the whole drive this morning since we got up, and the sun came out as we got to this spot here.
Beautiful spot.
And it's just absolutely gorgeous.
We saw these people pulled over and I'm like, wow, look at all that gushing water, and it's probably from all that rain we've had. I think there's supposed to be more in the forecast, but we feel really lucky. The Cullen Mountains are right over that way, and the fog is lifted, so it was so socked in when we first got here, couldn't see any of these hills around us. So I'm feeling extremely lucky right now. I'm really glad that we did drive over here to Skye despite the torrential downpour and really high winds that we were experiencing. But, yay! So we made it to the cute little town of Portree, and once again the weather has decided to
smile on us
for a short period of time after we left that last place that I can't pronounce. It got all dark and dreary and the clouds came down over the mountains, and so we took the short window we had and took advantage of it.
Reminds me of Doc Martin.
Yeah, it does. It does remind me of that show, Doc Martin. It's one of our favorite PBS shows. Good old brutish humor.
Anyways, they have a little bay here like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. We decided to get off the tourist track though. It is a touristy town. Lots and lots of people around, super cute. But we love getting on the back roads too and just walking around. So I would say this island is everything we imagine Scotland to be.
Yes.
The beautiful mountains and all the waterways. And where we've been interior, it's been more about the attractions and the sights and the castles and the museums. And this is more about the absolutely gorgeous outdoor scenery and adventure things to do here. Well, this might just be our favorite site yet. There's this little lake right behind us, and we're on the Isle of Skye on the northern section, and we're still kind of got lucky with the weather. It still might turn for the worse again, but I'll take it.
They put us in a little corner with a windbreak and a view. I don't know how we keep getting this lucky. I guess people just like us.
I guess so. I guess we're kind of likable. What you doing?
Making dinner, which amounts to making a sandwich.
We have our gourmet Cajun chicken sandwiches and our local Skye Red, Isle of Skye Brewery. Their red beer. I'll give it a try. Good morning! It's day 9. We're on the Isle of Skye, and today we're going to do the Trotternish Peninsula right here. All kinds of cool stuff. Spit and rain this morning, so we're going to go grab some coffee and go start touring the island today. So we left our lovely campsite. I think it's my favorite so far because I thought it was a lake and it's actually not. We were right down here. I don't know if you can see it, but on this map it actually looked like a lake right here because you couldn't see that it goes all the way out here. So we were actually on salt water. So we're in the Old Man of Storr parking lot and we're going to head up to there and hopefully you can hear us because we don't have the mic on since it's spit and rain so much. And we do feel bad for a couple that's over there. He's the one pacing around, but
they had to call a tow truck because they were trying to avoid another person coming in and ended up going in the ditch over there and high siding, or basically
high center. Now we're going to hike up and hopefully, we're hoping for them anyway, that they are gone by the time we get back, because that's a pretty stressful situation. I know just with our little rock thing and the squealing that was making the other day, that was like a oh my holy god kind of moment. And for that, we did talk to them for a few minutes and she was like, oh my god, to go to Scotland, and so she was pretty upset. But, yeah, that shit happens, you know, it's travel. It can happen here, it can happen at home. It's just a little harder here when you're relying on the car rental or the tow truck that you don't really know how to get a hold of to come to your rescue. We're hiking 0.6 of a mile with 750 feet of elevation. Whoop whoop. No backpack, that should be easy.
Basically uphill.
Yeah, and it's spit and rain. This is Scotland. It's awesome. I feel like we're the most well geared up though, because people are going up in their little tennis shoes and their little yoga pants and they're getting soaked. It's actually fairly cold out too.
Yeah, but you know,
I could use my gloves right now.
Wants to carry back, you know, heavy boots on a trip like
on a little
this.
hike.
If you're going to Scotland, do you really want to pack heavy hiking boots?
We do.
Yeah.
But we're going on a 96-mile hike, so that's kind of nice to have all this stuff with us. I think we've lost the tourists up this high. There's a couple of bus loads and they pretty much turned around. It's pretty muddy up here.
Well, you get up to the plateau,
take their pictures.
You can take your pictures from afar. You don't need to go up close, especially if you don't have the shoes for it. It's really muddy and
yeah,
slippery
it's really
up
muddy.
Here. Met a couple of girls from Singapore, and they were turning back. They had tennis shoes on. I'm actually surprised they got as far as they did.
I am too. It's so windy.
Windy, pelting rain. Gotta love it. This is
hypothermia weather.
No, it's Scottish weather.
Hypothermic Scottish weather. Woohoo!
Well, we were looking for a little hot soup and maybe coffee or tea. I'm like, oh, there's some signs. Let's go down there. It looks like a really cool place. And then it turns into this, which is a sit-down, wonderful soup and tea with a gorgeous view.
So I have the crab bisque and Rhonda has the onion soup. And we got thoroughly soaked after our Old Man of Storr hike. All the way down. My sweatshirt is soaked and Rhonda's jacket is soaked. And anyway, we were in need of soup and coffee and tea, and here we are.
This is also known as the drunkard or Scottish onion soup. Great for hangovers, not that I have.
kind of made an error. We were gonna stay at this castle, Dunvegan, but when I was reading the brochure, it said that this castle has camping, and so I just figured it was at the castle, so I put that in, and it turns out it's not. It was like a whole another hour away drive, and I was done. It's almost 7 o'clock. So anyway, we are back to where we were last night because we liked it so much and it was close, and since I was done for the night, here we are back at Skye. This is a really nice campground. They have very nice facilities and we know where everything's at. And so anyway, this is a nice campground.
And it's even the same spot.
Hey, good morning.
Day 10 of our wild and crazy journey in Scotland and Iceland.
And Rhonda's keeping track of the days because I have no clue that it's day 10, so good thing I have you around. So we're still on Isle of Skye. We're supposed to leave this afternoon. I could easily spend a month just on this island alone. It's so beautiful. And then hitting all the other islands. But we left the campground this morning on the great search for coffee and ended up hitting some other ruins, which were really cool. And now we're at Dunvegan Castle, and another fun-filled day with the van. We only have 2 more nights in the van. I'm kind of sad about that too, but kind of okay with it too because it's
sad about
really.
But looking forward to the.
Oh, hey, there's a castle there.
Yeah.
Holy moly! Anyway, we're looking forward to a comfortable bed.
Yeah.
This van has been a lot of fun and
Pretty damp after a while though.
Yeah, damp, hard when it's really dumping rain, what to do with our stuff. So Dunvegan Castle was really cool. We didn't, I didn't anyway take photos inside. A lot of castles don't let you. This one did. I don't know.
Took a little bit.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to.
We'll show you maybe some. We'll give you a little bit of it.
It's a little hard to kind of have interior photos. They just don't really.
Dark.
It's hard to tell the story, I guess.
Yep.
I like this castle. I thought it was pretty cool.
I did too, and I don't know what it says about me because this has a dungeon where, I mean, it is a small cubicle of, like 2.5 by 2.5 square, and they would just like drop you down in there and then let you starve to death while you could smell the kitchen fumes.
How cruel is that? Ugh.
As you slowly, starve
As
to
you
death.
starve to death, that you can hear, you can smell all the yummy food being served.
And I don't
It's a whole new
know,
level.
I actually liked it before I saw that, but I actually like that, so.
She likes the creepy factor.
I guess.
What does that say about you?
I don't know.
One of the best things about castles, a lot of times they have really nice gardens. My mom would love this. She's a master gardener.
Yeah, she would. Beautiful.
And I think our clear window of weather has just ended again, at least for now, as it's starting to rain. All right, gonna put the mic away here in a minute. It starts to dump. GoPro is great. GoPro 7 is what we use most of the time, and we can seal it up and it's weatherproof and you can stick it underwater. But
Cell phones, not so much.
yeah, Rhonda's cell phone
Pretty sure that I lost my cell phone
got waterlogged yesterday during our Old Man of Storr hike.
With the rain, I got soaked. My pockets were soaked, and that's where I had my cell phone.
Even though it was in a bag.
And it was in a bag, because that's what I always do with it. And the bag had water in it.
Oh, jeez.
So, can you show me where the Isle of Skye is relative to Scotland?
I sure can. So this is all of Scotland here, and Isle of Skye is a large island on the Inner Hebrides. Some other islands we won't have time to go to on the Outer Hebrides over here, but we're here. So basically we have been all over the Trotternish Peninsula. That was yesterday. We did the Old Man of Storr. We drove all the way up here, and man, it was a long day of seeing a lot of things. It was probably the best day I've had here. It was fantastic. Today we just went to Dunvegan Castle, and then we're going to drive south to the Ferry Pools hike here. We are kind of hoping that by the time we get there that maybe the weather will get a little bit better. So we'll see. So we're going to head on down here, and then this afternoon we're thinking we're gonna take the ferry back over to mainland. If the weather's nasty, we'll drive back this way. All right, the beauty of having your own vehicle is that you have your stuff with you all the time, and which is really nice. It was so rainy last night. The wind was blowing sideways like you wouldn't believe. It was rocking the van pretty much all night, so it kind of kept us awake. But when we pulled into the parking lot here for the ferry pools, the parking attendant said that there's been some flooding. Not surprising. The roads are pretty drenched and flooded as we were driving today. And he said definitely need some sort of hiking boots or something because your feet will definitely get wet. So
it's amazing how many people hike in flip-flops and sandals, slip-ons, tennis shoes. Not recommended.
Yeah, we went up further yesterday for Old Man of Storr, and that was definitely muddy and very rocky, and most people turned around, but we kept going up because we had hiking boots and our hiking stuff. Yay! So yeah, we've got our stuff with us and got our hiking boots on, and we're gonna head to the ferry pools. Yay! It's pretty crowded here though. Hey, it's Scotland. It's beautiful. It's crowded everywhere.
And our neighbors here have a flat tire, unfortunately.
They do. Yeah, it's the third vehicle mishap we've seen in the last 2 days.
We've been driving past these, for lack of a better word, I'll call them a moor. It's very boggy and wet. We've had tons of rain. There's beautiful heathers are blooming, and where the water's running down makes for these pools off of here, and they call it the ferry pools. But just the hike itself is gorgeous because we're walking into this big sort of ravine here, and there's tons of these on the Isle of Skye as far as like these ravines, but they're magnificent when you're actually walking into them.
And of course, with all the rain,
if you look around, we're surrounded by wild grassy heather. It's gorgeous, and this is really what the Isle of Skye looks like.
and because of all that rain, the waterfalls are just outrageous right now. So lots of great photo opportunities for that. It's over the top amazing. Can't wait to start our hike, our West Highland Way hike. Hello!
What you having?
Ham and cheese sandwich. Another great thing about having your own vehicle or a camper van with a little cooler thing in it, which is great. So we got back from our hike, had some rain, some sun. It's a very fickle environment here. And
the sun came out.
Use the ferry. Alright, so we left the ferry pools and I pulled up how long it took to get to the Armadale ferry terminal, and it looked like we just had enough time. So we got here with about 20 minutes or so to spare before they closed check-in. And we're going to take the ferry from Skye back over to the mainland that way. It's a, I don't know, fairly short ferry ride, probably 25-30 minutes or so. And I made pre-made reservations. The reason I did is because we're from Washington and it's a Sunday, and I figured there might be a lot of people trying to get from Skye back over to the mainland on a Sunday afternoon. So being from Washington, I'm like, yeah, we probably should make a reservation because I know how it is there. And who knows, it's actually a lot of people here and quite a few, well, some cars lined up, so I don't know if it's full or not. I don't know if it's a good idea to pre-make reservations. They weren't super expensive, so I figured if we did an alternative, it wouldn't have cost us that much to do something different. So that's why we're taking the ferry today, and the weather's super nice because it hasn't been that nice over here. There's been, sometimes it's nice, sometimes not, but this is perfect because a couple days ago, even yesterday, with as windy as it was, we wouldn't have wanted to take the ferry over. So it cleared for us, yay. Really glad I made reservations because these ferries are really small and it's definitely full. And we're gonna go up to the top deck and see the sights up here. Musing about.
What am I musing about? You know, it's just people. People make me laugh. They're the same everywhere you go, and they make me laugh.
Meanwhile, we're on the slow boat to Scotland. Oh my god. You can see the span. It's only a few miles and it takes forever. This is not as fast as Washington State Ferry. It's a lot of fun. This is Harry Potter train. So functioning in an ultra tiny space is a challenge for sure. We thought our Escape 21 was small, but of course now we've spent a week, 7 nights in a space that's probably half the size.
It's the size of a bed. It's the size of a bed.
Yeah, it's the size of the bed. You might be able to hear the rain outside. It's dumping, and we got lucky the first few days we were camping. We knew when the rain hit that things might get even more interesting. And probably our biggest challenge is what to do with all our wet stuff and going in and out when it's dumping rain, especially with the design of this particular VW. Water tends to come right in when the doors open. So we just deal with it, I guess. We hang up our raincoats on the back of the chairs, one there and one there, and that's about the only place we have for wet stuff. So that's a bit of a challenge. And we've kind of gotten to the point where, okay, if one of us runs to the bathroom, like the last time at night, the other one makes the bed, and then the next person goes when the person gets back. And that tends to work out pretty good because it's too hard to make the bed with both of us in here. So that's part of the system we've developed at this point is, you know, figuring how to do stuff, especially with the weather and the size. And so far this has been an awesome 7 days, but it's a learning curve. It's a little bit of a challenge, especially with the weather. And you can see Rhonda's sitting on the bed, and yes, we both fit in here. It's pretty cozy at night, but hey, we're used to sleeping with 2 small 10-pound dogs that literally push us off to the side every night. So
the walls are cold.
Yeah, we've stuffed our down coats over on the side now. Over there, and that's the side Rhonda sleeps on, so now she has a little extra warmth. So it's just figuring out these little things that make a little bit of a difference.
It's like you do in any RV. You figure out what bothers you the most and you come up with solutions, and that's what we're doing. Starting with day 1, adding pads, because we couldn't sleep on what essentially felt like hard rock. Like no padding at all is how it felt. So we fixed that problem with the air mattresses, and for me, now that it's colder weather, it's in the 40s here in the evening, plus the wind.
And it's just damp and cold.
Chill factor is,
yeah,
but it's definitely gusting into the 30s easily.
So anyway, that's our take tonight. Tomorrow's our last day on Skye before we start heading south and making our way back to Glasgow to turn this in, and then our West Highland Way walk.
So Skye was our day 8, 9, and 10. So 3 other days, and we've had a great time on Skye.
It was gorgeous.
Enough time to do everything. We would certainly come back here if we ever had the chance, but I don't know that we will because we have so many other places to go.
Too many places in the world to go see.
But I highly recommend it if you do come to Scotland to make time for Skye.
And some of the Outer Hebrides also, which we did not have time for, but we've heard great things about Mull and some of the other islands.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so if you want to continue to watch some of our stuff coming up. Next up is a few more days in the van, and then we're off to our West Highland Way hike. So hope you'll follow along.
96 miles.
See ya. Rained and blew last night as well.
Yeah, the entire van was shaking back and forth all night. So not from us. Took mine's out of the gutters. It was from the wind.